Hello, welcome back to my channel where I'm sharing stories from my imaginary world and inviting you, my viewers, to interpret them and use them as a springboard for a bit of personal reflection. My imaginary world is called Chutasia. I've been working on it for over 20 years now. It is based around my stuffed toy hedgehog Chutney, who I got when I was 9 years old. And Chutney is, of course, the princess of Chutasia, and I know all of this information about Chutasia because she communicates with me telepathically. Chutasian surgeons practice their dexterity by playing board games, and they also quite like the Chutasian block tower game, which definitely isn't Jenga, but is like a Chutasian version of Jenga. So by being very good at carefully pulling the piece out of the tower, that's how the Chutasian surgeons get very steady hands. I have a note that says hedgehogs don't often drink hot beverages. There's more. It's not that. Do you like hot beverages? In general, I don't. I know I'm English, and lots of English people like tea, or if you don't like tea, by default, you must therefore like coffee. I don't like tea or coffee. Do you think Chutney looks like she'd enjoy a good cup of something? She'd probably enjoy hot chocolate. I think Chutney would enjoy cozying down with a bit of a hot chocolate. So because of that, they use mugs for a different purpose. They don't use mugs for hot drinks, really. They use mugs to eat yogurt because Chutasian hedgehogs really like yogurt. So actually, mugs are associated with yogurt. You'd be like, would you like a mug of yogurt? And actually, when you put the yogurt into the mug, it's called yogurt decanting. And it's actually an art of how you decant the yogurt into your yogurt mug. You'll be shocked to hear, I actually do eat yogurt out of mugs. I'm very Chutasian. Is there anything like that in your life where you do something that's a bit quirky and like probably people would think that you're sort of breaking the rules of tradition? So, if you have ever been in hospital or you've had an injury, you might be aware of dressings, gauze dressings, like, sort of square bandages and things like that. Well, nurses in Chutasia, they do origami with the bandages and dressings to cheer up their patients in hospital and also to cheer themselves up if they get a bit bored. For me, personally, I know what that makes me think of. Max has had a surgery recently and I have been the one who has been changing all of the dressings, and I have to keep folding them up and cutting them in strange ways. And of course, when Chutney saw this, she was like, oh goodness, that reminds me of the dressing origami that the nurses do in Chutasia. But what does it make you think of? So what is potato sludge? A byproduct of the potato factory is potato sludge. So there are factories, probably on the island of Slugtech, which is the industrial centre of Chutasia. There are some potato processing factories, and one of their sort of byproducts is potato sludge. Potato sludge, it says, is eaten by the poor. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I don't know. Maybe it tastes good. Do you think potato sludge would taste good? I don't know. I kind of think potato sludge kind of sounds a bit nice. Potato sludge is eaten by the poor, but also used in skincare. So you could make yourself a really, really beautiful potato sludge face pack. I mean, now we know perhaps how Chutney's got this beautiful beige complexion. She must be using a lot of potato sludge face packs. It does say that they tried to use the potato sludge as sort of like a lubricant in the factory cogs and things like that to help the factory machinery keep moving. But it says the hedgehogs kept on eating it and it became a danger because they could get hurt by the machines while seeking out the potato sludge. What does that make you think of? It actually made me think of sort of like the Industrial Revolution, and they had the sort of children working in the factories and they would sort of climb into the dangerous machines and things like that. It made me think of that. I don't know, it just made me think of that then. In Chutasia, there is something called a blue cheese sandwich. And you might think that blue cheese sandwiches are sandwiches made with blue cheese in them. But that's not true. It's a cheese sandwich which is blue. The sort of bread is blue, the cheese is blue. I don't know. It's a blue cheese sandwich rather than a blue cheese sandwich. Would you want to try a blue cheese sandwich? Is that a funny joke? Something to reflect on. There is a tradition of putting candles in sushi. That's interesting. So when you eat some sushi in Chutasia, it's like always a celebration. You're like, yeah, sushi. Let's put some candles. Don't know why. Something interesting. I'll have to have a think about that. Do you have any idea why they might be putting candles in sushi? Bit random that, Chutney. You guys kind of weird in Chutasia. We'll leave it there today, and we'll see you all next time.